good morning. Happy to see you.
Pleasure is mine. I'm
Yes,
also equally very happy to meet you once again.
I have found myself a mentor. He's a journalist, and so, but he took it differently, you know, doing different things. And so you have like a trophy cabinet at home where you've put the awards.
Unfortunately, I'm that artist that has never won an award. Because every time there is a award presentation, I find myself to be in the organizing team, organizing who to award.
Slash that.
In short, I'm a kingmaker.
Administrator. Kingmaker. Okay. Kingmaker. Good to have you here.
Pleasure is mine, sir.
You shared a story with Asha Magazine. I don't want to talk about this story. You know what I'm going to say? You can find yourself the copy of this magazine and Provident House, suit number?
60th floor.
60th floor. Yes, deliberately I will not introduce her.
For the sake that do not understand suit, say room.
Room number. Room number. Hey, room number.
60th floor.
Okay, so now you understand why I was laughing when we opened the show. That's the struggle I'm going through here. So someone was talking to me in the background, and then I couldn't hold it but just laugh and smile. Sir, thank you so much for coming through. Ziko, mostly I grew up watching you and looking at you from stage to is an audience, but it's good that now I'm going to ask you the questions. You should see the way he's looking at me. He's like, bring them on. You think I'll answer you? I can just answer yes or no. But thank you for coming through. I was saying you shared the story with Asha Magazine, a story I will not want to touch on because I want people to go and read for themselves and just get access to the magazine themselves. But talk to us about your journey through being an administrator in the arts, being a kingmaker, and just, generally, from how you've fared, starting, you've mentioned you're a journalist here, and you are an administrator, arts administrator, you were a president, and you were in a hot seat, really, you were really in a hot seat, but also, I want to ask this question that I've been really asking stand-up comedians every time I get a chance with them. I want to find out how the past 2 years were for you, considering that we had the COVID-19 pandemic at its peak and everything in Zambia went down. Already we are a struggling industry, but that coming into the fore, how did you manage yourself in that period?
Okay, I'll start with the last one.
Yes.
During the COVID period, I think life was very hard for us performing artists. Like for me, and for example, I actually survived on 2 married women that looked after me.
2 married women?
That's my mother and my auntie. Don't give me out here.
Okay. 2 married women.
Okay, so seriously, it wasn't easy for most performing artists. But for me, it was okay because I'm not only into comedy, I'm an actor as well. So I had other things to follow. I mean, that was the time that TV really helped most of us with sustenance because I found myself busy. And it's amazing. Let me tell you something personal, maybe I hate talking about it.
Yeah, you know, I'm not you to be the one to lead that conversation.
Just when COVID happened, that was like 2019, right?
Yes.
March. It should have been April. Just a week before the COVID thing came in, unfortunately, I had a stroke.
Oh.
So meaning I was down from March up to somewhere around August.
Okay.
And amazingly, immediately I came out of that stroke, which was a miracle. Most people don't. I found myself, I don't know, I looked at it differently. It was like God paused the world to wait for me. So when I came out of that, it was I had an abundance that I couldn't even handle. Imagine all of a sudden from being in bed, I found myself in almost 7 TV productions at the same time. I had to juggle schedules. I was filming in Mpali, Makofi, Butuku, Zuba. There was a feature film called Kendesias and other 2 productions as well at the same time.
Okay.
Imagine from you are bedridden, you're not getting anything. All of a sudden, you just find an overflow of events. So early in the morning, I had a tight schedule. That you're filming this side, the guy is waiting for you to pick you to the other side. So I went through the first stage like in a roller coaster mode. By the time I was getting back, at least things had stabilized.
Okay.
But for most artists, it was quite hard, and I really feel we were really undone by the government then.
Okay.
Who quickly rushed to close events and forgot that those were sustenance.
Lessons from you being an administrator, lessons that you picked from that situation. First, on your personal level, you had that situation happen, and then perhaps there were others that were in a similar situation, different but similar situation, and did not pick up as you did. But what lessons, as an administrator, arts administrator, did you pick up from that?
Okay, the number one lesson is that we learned a very big lesson from life. The survival of the fittest, what we call it, natural selection. If you're not strong, you'll die. And that's why there's a need for you to diversify into other things. The little money that you get from the arts, find a side hustle. That will sustain you the day that art will not push.
Okay, interesting. Let's talk about Nankarako touched. Makamba, you had stroke and then you came out of it, and then you had like 7 productions, and that is minus those that you were supposed to mention also. But I'll talk about you being a journalist plus the arts, yes, plus the arts, diversifying. We have a lot of young people that come through the doors of ZED TV and they're saying they are comedians and whatnot. But perhaps you've also noticed that is that the only thing that you're supposed to do? Talent. Do I need to go to school, or I'll be wasting time if I go to school?
Okay. Firstly, talent alone is not enough. Talent needs to be refined. After it is refined, yes, I think nothing will ever pay you more than your talent.
Okay.
A job will pay you enough to make you come back the next month again. But the talent will sustain you if you really invest in it. But if need be, do something else to sustain you until you reach a point where you can just survive on your talent.
Okay.
For example, I quit working for anyone, so to say, in 2011.
Okay.
From that day up to today, I've just been doing what I do.
Nice. Nice. So, Mberani,
but number one, first, school.
School. confused one. This story is on page 24, and the cover has former President Kenneth David Kaunda. So, story number questions here. If you want to pick an interest, you will find in here. If not, go fast. Could you my questions and whatnot, because I really want you to go and read this story in here. I have read it. I have this magazine at home, and I have read this story. We are remembering late President Chibwe Banda. One of your acts was coming from him. Yes. But just prepare yourself. Hi Katongo.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine,
it's
thanks.
good to have you here. Yeah. So they going to have a delivery policy. Anytime that they bring me someone, I don't talk to them. Yes, they are less important at that time. But it's good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing him.
You're welcome.
You've gone through his story?
Yes, I have.
How was it for you?
It was really, really amazing. And you know, the best thing with Mr. Katebe is even when we were interviewing him, he was able to give us the best medicine, laughter.
Laughter.
So the interview was all about laughter. Just
Yeah,
like you were
I
laughing.
feel like it's going to make me get fired. This person's supposed to do something. I was supposed to do something. Okay. Well, thank you for coming through. Thank you for bringing
you so
him.
much.
We'll
You're
expect
welcome.
to see you on Thursday again.
Definitely, we'll definitely be here.
What are you promising the viewers on Thursday?
Thursday, we're bringing another person who's an entrepreneur, but this one is a female.
Female?
Yes.
Nice. Great. You see the balance. That's a beauty with the Afro Success Heroines and Heroes Achievers magazine. That is what you find in Asha magazine, and that's the content that they give you. Advertising space, do we still have it?
Yes, we do.
Okay. How do I contact you?
So you can get in touch on our Facebook pages, on our social media platforms. There's a mobile number there. You can actually send us feedback. And if it's possible, when you're within town, please pass through our offices so that on President House on the 60th floor, so that we can actually discuss further.
Okay.
Then on Thursday, we're not letting the cat out of the bag. We've got something big that we're coming to share with our viewers and with you concerning the Ashramani.
I have a big mouth. The temptation of thinking that I think I know what is in the bag is really hard. Okay, so Mr. Chibwe Katebe, ladies and gentlemen, one of his acts is around the fact that he used to mimic the late president. Now, Mr. Katebe, I'd love to hear RB advise young people that are in the arts industry or whatever sphere of life they would want to venture in, on how they need to go about their arts. Yes.
You know, one thing I love about live TV, everything is random.
And it's supposed to be.
And for the first time today, I will let you down. I refuse.
Yeah. Simzakan. Simzakan.
If there's ever been any live show where the guest has refused, is this one. I have refused.
Simzakan. Simzakan. I am waiting. Like, I'm counting. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that are listening on the other side. They're seated on the other
Wonderful viewers, I have refused.
Okay.
I shall not mock the dead.
No, you're not. So that is the reason?
Yes.
That you are mocking the dead?
I will not do so.
You were not mocking him.
No. Something that came into my mind is something that I will not do on TV.
Okay.
Especially that is.
All right. Well, we'll choose to respect him and what he's decided to do. Otherwise, thank you so much for making a feature.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Would you encourage anyone to read the story that is in here? And are you on social media, by the way? Yes. This is, why am I thinking this is one of those times?
You check.
You're making. I will be in trouble by our viewers. Most of our viewers are going to put me on the hook tomorrow. I will be in trouble. So it's not my doing. He did not refuse. He's just giving you teasers. When are we having the next show?
Well, my next show is actually in June.
Okay.
On June 10th.
Okay.
It's an international festival called Soweto Comedy Festival. We have about 7 international acts from Southern Africa. Okay. The event will be at Mulokoshi.
In Zambia.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Wapasangon snippet. Kadionko. He did not refuse. He actually outshined me and my producer on the other side. So he did not refuse at all. But this is a magazine, and he's talked about. Be on the lookout. I'm sure he's going to visit us soon to tell us more about the international acts that they are going to have here in Zambia. Ms. Kate, thank you so much for bringing him again.
You're welcome.
Yes, awesome. Thursday we see you.
Yes, definitely.
Please make sure you bring me some breakfast. My paper,
Definitely.
okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching the Z Catch Up Breakfast Show on Z Entertainment TV. My name is Joseph Kangwakal on behalf of Duncan as well as Comfort Chileme. Would love to say, keep it TV Yapa ZED. Pleasant viewing.